start with Orchos Tzaddikim, and now big topic is gate of Haughtiness. So we learn a lot, but we continue to learn even more. And we start next paragraph, and it says, in sum, if one adorns his body in order flaunt, in order to flaunt himself, he forgets Hashem. Blessed is he. He pays no heed. To the mitzvos, and does not pursue good deeds, for his entire concentration is on himself, to adorn his transitionary body, whose end would be with more worms and maggots. And one who adorns his body borders on lewdness, for he will cause women to look at and admire him, as a result of which he will come too close to them and fall prey for the levity of the lightheadedness. And the woman too, who adorns herself for man, ignites your heart and stirs up the improper thoughts within them. And her punishment, therefore, is very great, for she places a stumbling block to many men. Our sages have forbid the gazing at the colored garment of a woman that is spread out on a wall. So meaning too dry. So we're going to explain. It's from Avodah Zarah 20b. If such is the case, even though she is not clothed in them, how much greater than must be the prohibition and the punishment for a woman who dress up before men to dress up before men who gaze at her. All right, so let's do this piece. And last time we said that it's all start with clothing, right? I mean, it's not all, but not all of the arrogant people can afford clothing. Okay. So let's see. Again, in sum, if one adorns his body in order to flaunt himself, he forgets Hashem. Blessed be he. So if you just think about it, all of these fancy schmancy people, so for sure the mind is not there. So all of the righteous people, all the righteous people, if you see the way they dress, very modern. Right, very modest, not modern, very modest, very modest, simple. I mean, it does not have to be cheap, but nice and clean, but very simple, not flashy. Right. So in sum, if one adorns his body in order to flaunt himself, he forgets Hashem. So how forgetting Hashem starts with adornment of the body. Very interesting, like very straightforward. So unfortunately we don't know who the author is, but that's great rabbi. Okay. So he forgets Hashem. Blessed be he. He pays no heed to the mitzvos, and he does not pursue the good deeds. That entire concentration on himself, like he's as we said last time, he becomes a mini god. Right, it's my opinion that he thinks, or God's opinion. So guess what? I'm more important. I'm younger. I am this and that. So okay. So I'm going to take care of myself. Right, and you see, especially younger people. Somebody like past me, young teenager. Like he came off the bus. So I was passing the bus stop, and he has so much perfume. I was like I was Right, so much. I'm not sure. Like people are suffocated in this bus. If he's outside, he smells so much. Right. So of course it's to attract somebody. Right. Okay. Right. So the first commentary on his entire concentration is on himself, and it says, one's focus on these areas can cause him to become so preoccupied with himself that he will literally forget for Hashem. Right? Meaning what? That the one who is focused on himself so much, that he's literally going to forget Hashem. So some people take a haircut like I don't know, every 3 days or so. So they perfect, always perfect. That's when you see them like always perfect. Perfect haircut. Why? Because every 3 days. So, but you have to go to the barber shop. You have to wait in line, this and that, and then he wants to talk to you, wants to talk to him. So it's like I don't know, a few hours gone. Right? You have to go there. There is parking. There is no parking. It's unbelievable. Like few hours gone. So you, and of course they don't learn Torah while there or while on the road. You understand? So it's very simple. I understand. It's very simple. He has to take a shower 3 times a day, right? Even under normal circumstances, so meaning the persons who into his own body, into his own looks, or she as well. So they're going to spend a lot of time in front of the mirror, a lot of time going shopping, right? The guys are going shopping. It used to be only women going shopping and spend many hours, but now it's even men go shopping. Under normal and even under the normal circumstance, much effort is needed to always stay in the path of the mitzvos in the good deeds. Right, so it's a beautiful line. Under normal circumstances, if you don't have to go to the barber shop 3 times a day, like, and plus they go to the gym and stuff like that. So 10 salon, the crazy man, crazy, absolutely crazy, right? So even without all of these things, right, it's hard to stay on focus on the mitzvahs. Like you have to pray 3 times a day with the minyan, right? Do other things, learn, and all of these beautiful things. How then can one expect to succeed in the service of Hashem or others while paying so much attention to himself? Right. Which is, of course, a rhetorical question. We understand. So a person says, "So I cannot go to gym." So isn't it said? You know how many times I heard this? Right? Isn't it said that you have to take care of your body? Yeah, you have to take care of your body, but do you have to go to gym? No, you don't have to go to gym to take care of your body, right? You can buy yourself some equipment, I don't know, some weights, and spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and like 40 minutes. That's it, right? You don't have to go to gym. Like these people, these addicts. So I when I go to shul, I pass on the gym on my way. So meaning it's like before 6. Like 5:45 a.m. So there are some people they are coming out of the gym 5:45 a.m. The crazy people. I mean they also religious, but in other sense. You understand? So many people go in, but some people go out. Meaning they're done. Okay. Okay. So again, this sentence. If he pays no heed to the mitzvos, right? So meaning, right, he's not going to pay no heed to the mitzvos, and he does not pursue the good deeds, right? For his entire concentration is on himself to adorn his transitionary body, right? And body, like what is going to be of your body? Just look at the old man, right? Old man. So and just understand, you're going to be like this. Doesn't matter. You work out, you don't work out. It's that's the end. You understand? So we try not to waste time on all of these external things. Of course, as we said, you must look presentable. You representing Hashem on one hand, but on the other hand, don't overdo it. Okay. Right, and adorn this transitionary body, whose the end to be with worms and maggots. Right. So always remind yourself. And that's that's what says in Orchos, right? Remember where you came from a putrid drop, and remember where you're going, right? So you're going to the destiny of worms and maggots. So okay, so commentaries say right in Orchos for Rabbi Levitas of Yavne says, be exceedingly humble in spirit, for the end of the mortal man is worms. Okay. So, and that's very important to remind ourselves, not to depress ourselves, but it's opposite, right? Some people say, yeah, you speak about death, you speak about punishment. I said that's the most uplifting things, right? So meaning that you're not going to waste time, and then you're not going to get into regret for all these wasted years. Okay, continue. And one who adorns his body borders on lewdness. So the guys say, what lewdness? Because I have the short, this Armani Shmarmani short, it's bordering on lewdness 100%, 100%. And it says, commentary says, Ramchal writes that the Torah only instructs with regard to the clothing is requirement of tzitzis on a four-corner garment, and the prohibition of mixture linen and wool. However, it is obvious that overindulgence in extravagant clothing, although not explicitly forbidden, can lead to vanity, envy, and lust. Right? So, I mean, the great Ramchal comes and fills in the blanks. Right? So he said, if you think what Torah says about clothing, I mean, these two, and I guess another one that we said before, yesterday or whatever we discussed, that a man should not change into the woman's garment. That's it, right? So if it's four corners, you must tie tzitzis, and don't mix wool and linen together. That's it. So, but just because the Torah does not specify anything, so it's one of these things, and there are many things like that. So is it forbidden, right? Is it like can you say that if a person wears this short, very, very expensive short, it is absolutely forbidden to wear the short? No, it's not. Or the suit, or a lady wears some dress, very expensive dress. Is it 100% forbidden? No, it's not forbidden, but it's not proper. Why it's not proper? Because it's going to bring us, or has from us, it is going to bring a person to the lewd thoughts. So now why? Because other people also notice, yeah, it's not a regular suit. It's not a regular short like from Macy's for $25 on sale. No. It's something like from a designer. Okay. Ramchal quotes, right? So meaning all of these things I'm going to bring to lust. And that is forbidden. That is forbidden. Ramchal quotes Bereshis Rabbah 22:1, which states, when the Yetzer haRa sees someone concentrating on his clothing and his physical appearance, he says, this one is mine. Simis Lasharim chapter 3. That's an amazing line. So Yetzer haRa says, oh, he's dressing up, he's into adorning himself. Okay, he's my soldier. See, he's my client. In a sense, if a person is trying to stay away from all of the things, so it's going to be not so easy. I mean, it's possible, but not so easy for Yetzer haRa to get after this guy. But if somebody recommend himself to be one of these people, so that's easy target for Yetzer haRa. Right. Continue. For he will cause the women to look and admire him. As a result of this, he will come close to them and fall prey to the levity and lightheadedness, right? And now women, they ask him a question, you look good today, right? And I remember in my office, women would make comment how the men dress, and the compliments, you look nice on you, this you normal. Right, and men would right, they would like it, right? Even though both of them were married, so right, why don't you talk about work? Why don't you just look at your computer? Why do you need to compliment another man? You understand? That's the problem, and then men takes into their head, and that's how it all starts. The women too adorn themselves, for men. So she said, no, I'm doing for myself. Would you do it at home when you're cooking some stew? Most probably not. Most probably not. So when she said, "I do it for myself," she's not doing it for herself. She do it for people on the street. Right. The woman too adorns herself for a man, and So on subconscious, right? That's what it is. Right. Ignites their heart and stir up the improper thoughts within them. Right? They go after her because she dresses like that. So for them it's like a challenge. Now they have to go and talk to her. Like it's only a matter of time, right? And punishment. Therefore, it is very great. Therefore, it is very great. For she places a stumbling block. And her punishment, therefore, is very great. Sorry, for her dressing up like that. So she said, "What is the problem?" And we had this clip, right? Let them not look at me. Let them look at their wives. Yeah, they should look at their wife. But guess what? You smell better. Like half of the blockers smell your perfume, and you dress like a provocative, and they look at you. Guess what? Right. Guess what? So it's a stumbling block for them, and right, even nothing happened. Even he never talked to her, but she's going to be on her mind, on his mind all the time, because that's how subconscious works. When a person sees something once, he will remember. And right, if you do regression, you can get all the information back. Right, but on subconscious, she's going to be there. Our sages have forbidden gazing at the colored garments of the woman that is spread over the wall. So over the wall, like it's a clothing line, right? So she's, in the olden days there were no dryers, right? There were no washer dryers. So like women would dry their clothes in summer, like they live in small apartments summer. So she would dry on the clothing line, and she has a right to do that. And she's right to wear this colored garment. Let's say if it's not modest, let's say, but still colored, right? But man is not allowed to look at them, right? They say especially if he knows how this woman look like, so now he's going to imagine how she's with the garment, without the garment. So right, so say don't look. No comment. So if it's a white or something, that's more right, like more plain. It's easier. Okay. Right. So continue. In such a case, even if she's not clothed in them, meaning right in these garments, how much greater then must be the prohibition and the punishment for a woman who dressed up before men who gaze at her. Commentary. Commentary in the piece where it says, even when she's not clothed in them, this is only if the man knows the woman, the woman whose clothing has been displayed. Okay, see Shulchan Aruch, Even Chazer 21:1. It is true. But if you think about it, like he's not in another town. Most likely he's not in another country. Most likely he goes home right around his house, so he knows everybody. Right. So me personally, it's not like I go around a lot, but I know many people. The faces. I know the face. I don't know where they live, but I know they live in a neighborhood. Okay. Right. So commentary. Before men who gaze at her, right? Before men who gaze at her. So 1 second. Right. So meaning if you're not allowed to look at these colored garments, so needless to say, right, the prohibition and the punishment for a woman who dresses up before men who gazes at her. And she said, no, I dress for myself, I like these garments, I like this design and this and that. Okay, but we don't believe you. Right, so it's like, it's irrelevant, the damage is done. Yeah, you did not mean to, but the person sinned, right, because of you. And maybe not even once. That's the even bigger problem. Right, so the last commentary, it says, before man who gazes at her, it seems clear from the text that although man is never deprived of his freedom of choice to gaze or not, right, okay, the burden of responsibility is placed as well upon the woman who tempted the man to make the decision. So before we continue, so same is snake, right, the first snake that entices Chava to eat from the tree of knowledge. Did snake eat? No. Did he do anything? No. Right? If you think about it, so he suggested that she should eat from the tree of knowledge. Right? That's what snake said. Right? But he was cursed. He was cursed exactly because of this rule. Because of him, because of this snake, somebody got in trouble and sinned. So it's only proper for this person also to be punished. Right? This woman. David Hamelech writes, it's from Tehillim 45:14, to complete the glory, the glory of the princess is within. Kivoido es bas melech pnina. Kudo, right? Bas melech pnina. So meaning that complete glory of the princess is within the in a house, right? The pasuk is often cited as a description of modesty of Jewish woman, who is just as much princess as a king's daughter. So every Jewish woman is a princess and a king's daughter, right? So we have to be careful with the wives, right? Yes, he's a wife, but she's also daughter of the king. So she's daughter of your father, biological father, but also the daughter of the king. So we have to be careful how we treat them. Displaying herself improperly before others shows lack of appreciation of her own dignity, right? And disrespect to the king as well, who is her father, as we said. Okay, we stop here. So as we see, look, every page is something unbelievable. All right.